I can teach calculus project. Congratulations, you have just been hired to teach calculus at Virginia International School. Your first lesson will be on. Choose a topic to be your first lesson. While this lesson will be a review for your students, please keep in mind that they were taught the material several weeks, if not months ago, by a teacher that is, let's just say, on the quirky side, and so your students may not fully understand the topic. Please teach the lesson fully, only assuming knowledge from sections prior to your assigned section. 1. Technology. Your lesson must include technology in an engaging way. This means that you should use technology more than just the basic calculator and PowerPoint presentation. This does not mean you cannot use PowerPoint, just not only PowerPoint. You may and are encouraged to use the smartboard, outside websites, videos, ask me about permissions for YouTube, etc. 2. Outside resources. Your lesson must include at least one outside resource. This may be a website, another textbook, video, etc. Remember, you're trying to make the lesson engaging. There are many websites that include applets. To help students visualize the topic, to find these, it may be helpful to add the word applet to your search. You may use the outside resource as a part of your research, presentation, or assessment, etc. 3. Content. Obviously, your lesson must cover the topic you have been assigned. You will be given time in class to determine what material you're going to cover and how well you'll present information. Be sure that you have learned the information well and that you have been practiced many examples before you are to present. You will be allowed to have notes with you, but make sure that you know the material and do not have to constantly check them. 4. Questions. Since you are the teacher in this class, it is your responsibility to be able to answer questions that students may have. If they do not have any questions for you, be assured that I will have questions. Be prepared to answer them. 5. Assessment. One of the most important questions that teachers must ask themselves is, how do I know what students know? As the teacher, you will need to have a way to assess the knowledge of your students after your lesson. Did they understand what you were trying to teach them? This assessment could be in the form of homework, a quiz, a game, etc. There are many ways to assess their knowledge. You are welcome to get creative and come up with other ways. 6. Reflection. Every good teacher will sit at the end of the day and reflect on their lesson. You will do this as well and answer the following questions. A. What was the topic of your lesson? B. What method did you use to teach your lesson? C. What sort of questions did your students have? How did you answer them? D. What outside resources/technology did you use? Did it work well? E. What went well with your lesson? What did not go well? How could you improve the lesson? F. What did you use to assess your students' knowledge? What were the results of their assessment? Did the students understand the topic fully? Is there something that still needs to be addressed? G. What have you learned from this project and teaching this lesson? Rubric. I can teach calculus. Category. 4 marks. Content. Show full understanding of the topic. Preparedness. Student is completely prepared and has obviously rehearsed. Completion. Student lesson include all the requirements listed for the project. 3. Content. Shows a good understanding of the topic. Preparedness. Student seems to be pretty prepared but might have needed a couple more rehearsals. Completion. Student's lesson is missing one of the 6 items from the project list. 2. Content. Shows a good understanding of parts of the topic. Preparedness. The student is somewhat prepared but it's clear that the rehearsals was lacking. Completion. Student's lesson is missing 2 out of the 6 items from the project list. 1. Content. Does not seem to understand the topic very well. Preparedness. Student does not seem at all to be prepared to present. Completion. Student's lesson is missing 3 or more of the items from the project list. Good luck!